this prison is the worst that has. The rules in this prison are really terrible. The prisoners have to stay during 20 hours every day, just stay on their legs. They do not allow them to sit down, to lay down. Some of the prisoners just sit down for a while. Prison guard enters the room and starts beating him with a stick over the legs. And all the prisoners in this prison have terrible problems with their legs. And also she told me that food is very, very terrible in this prison as well. It's just impossible to call it food. It's just something that even dogs don't want to eat. Also she told me that her friend wrote in this community telegram that she got dead body of her husband from the same prison in Vesma, and that body was completely tortured. So it was a lot of traces of tortures on the body, and even it was empty inside. There were no organs inside. So you can imagine what's going on, what is happening just right now while we are standing here. All these violence is happening there. And there are a lot of Ukrainians still there, these prisoners, and they not allow them to call to their relatives, to write a letter, nothing. So it's total violation of all the rights, human rights and laws. And of course, I want to help these people, and I believe that we all together can help them, have to help them to do our best to free Ukrainians from Russian prisons, because I consider that people's lives and humanity should be the most important values in our society. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Katya. I appreciate being here, and I very appreciate for all the words that you said today for my country, from people from my country. I know that you're tired. I see it. I very appreciate that you're still here and ready to hear my story of Olena, and story of all of these people that presented in this picture. I'm a simple artist from Ukraine and simple curator, and I first time in such big place with such important people in this world, and I even could not imagine that in one day I will be here, and this day will be in 2 times more difficult for me, because today my father died. And I said for myself that I will pronounce his name in this rose. His name is Syta Stepanovich. He is a civilian person. He was old, like 70 years only, and his death was not like from strike rocket or something like this. It was like a simple virus. But 2 weeks ago, rockets destroyed convenience and hit him in the village where he was. And all this time he was in a very cold place, and like another people in that place, and he died today. And I know that it's not such big torture like people in a prison receive every day, but it's a reality today in Ukraine. And for example, when I was on the road on this trip, I understand that I could not see my family again, because every day when we go to sleep or go somewhere, we really possible would not see our families or people that will love again, because we don't know if we will get up or what will be next on the day. And now I know why in my family and in my country the women are so strong, because it's not first time when we are fighting, and it's not last time. If we will not stop and we will position. But are you really sure the Geneva Convention is work today? I'm not sure. I'm sure that it doesn't work. Because Russia uses all documents for manipulation, for schemes. And even if we will continue to talk about legal and respecting, it will not work. And I hope these documents will change. And because if we will continue to ask for receive or send a letter, not it's the 21st century, and we talk about letter, and people in the prison cannot even receive single letter, and it's not very normal for 21st century. It's not normal for human. It's not normal for our space. It's not normal, and I hope that we will change it, and we will not close our eyes for such documents. It doesn't work. I know that maybe it's scary to change it in this time when we always thinking about how to change it without such many blood. But how possible to move and think about respect and love when it doesn't work anymore? Thank you.
Dear Olena and dear Katerina, today marks 3 years since the beginning of Russia's full-scale war against Ukraine. 3 years of fire, pain, and unyielding fight for justice. With the steadfast support of our partners, Ukraine continues to resist, defend its people, and uphold the principles of international law. It is in this context that we open, for the sake of the letter, a testimony to absence, longing, and resilience. This exhibition is not just about those taken, but about those left behind, wives, mothers, sisters, and daughters of Ukrainian prisoners of war. It captures the agony of waiting and the silent strength of love that refuses to fade. The creator, Olena Morozova, and curator Syta have transformed grief into testimony, giving voice to those who cannot be forgotten. Their work is a powerful reminder of what is at stake. My deepest gratitude to Ambassador Patrick and Gilbert and the delegation of Luxembourg. Don't forget about Katya. Without your support, this exhibition would not have reached Strasburg. A special thanks to German delegation for providing the VR headsets. Through them, visitors can step into Ukraine, witness its resilience, and understand why our fight is not just for Ukraine, but for the entire democratic world. Ambassador Katya, thank you for your efforts and making it possible. These stories are not just about loss, they are about the future we must build. A future of justice, reunion, and real peace. I thank you very much. In return.
The Ambassador, dear Boris, dear President of the Parliament Assembly, dear Excellencies, colleagues, dear friends, dear Mrs. Morozova, dear Mrs. Syta, the letters by Olga, Olena, Nikita, Irina, Tamara, and so many others are very difficult and hard to read. They speak for 1,000 others. Even more difficult is a few words describing their feelings, just a few words, sharp and meaningful. The exhibition by Mrs. Morozova and Mrs. Syta hits one heart. It reveals the dramatic but personal reality of this war on Russia. It was difficult as well to listen to our guests just now, Yulia and Aksenia, in our meeting. For normal beings, it is impossible to turn their backs on human suffering. Even if we feel helpless, unable to make the pain and anguish go away, we can listen, read some of the letters, and look at this powerful exhibition. Show our interest, our compassion, and our solidarity. Acknowledge the suffering and the pain and share some of it, as well as some of the hope expressed. It will mean a lot to the families, the wives, mothers, sisters, and daughters of those abducted. Let them know that some people, strangers, far away from Ukraine, do care, take time to listen to them, ask questions, that they are not alone. We are facing here the pain of ordinary, innocent people, the most vulnerable. They could be members of our own families, 1 or 2 generations back, in every part in Europe. You will have noticed, all those given their testimony are women, also in the letters. Women are not just, or mostly victims. Women care for what men destroy, hurt and harm. They are the ones left behind, trying to keep families together, searching for the loved ones. On this anniversary, we wanted to dedicate our traditional gatherings to those who disappeared in Russian jails and camps, civilians and military alike. Those who are rarely mentioned in international meetings will never get the honors of the evening breaking news, reminding us that war is always ugly, and there is no glory to be found in molesting innocent civilians trying to carry on with their lives. I would like to thank you all for your participation in this day of commemorations, that you shared some of your time with our Ukrainian friends. I would like to thank our dear colleague Boris and his dedicated team for the precious help they gave us for organizing this day of commemoration. And to you, Mrs. Morozova and Mrs. Syta, for having brought your powerful exhibition to us. Thank you for your work and your commitment. Thank you very much to all of you.